myself Devgan Sharma, Associate Professor Chaudhary Devilal College of Pharmacy, Jagadri. Today our topic of discussion is ISO 9000 and ISO 14000. Now ISO, the full form of ISO is International Organization for Standardization, and ISO is a non-governmental organization established in 1946 in Geneva, Switzerland. Here is the logo for ISO 9000. This is the logo. Next, history about ISO. In the year 1987, there were the representatives from 91 nations who adopted a series of written quality standards to standardize quality requirements of European countries within the common market and those who wishing to do business with those countries. Means the representatives from 91 nations, they adopt a quality standards to do business, uh, common business with them, and these standards were revised in 1994 and again in the year of 2000. These standards have been adopted by United States with the endorsement and cooperation of ASQ, American Standard of for Qualities. Currently, we have members from 162 countries and 3,368 technical bodies to take care for standard development. Next, now here is ISO 9000. ISO 9000 is a series of standards developed and published by International Organization for Standardization ISO. It can be defined as establish and maintain an effective quality assurance system for manufacturing and service industries. First of all, I want to clear one thing, that ISO 9000 and ISO topic is a very common topic. It can be applied to any industry, not only to pharmaceutical industry. It can be applied, yeah, it can be adopted by any industry. It may be engineering industry, agriculture industry, it may be marketing industry. In engineering students also cover this topic. Now, before further proceeding for ISO, we must know about what are the standards. Standards are documented agreement containing technical specifications or other precise criteria to be used consistently as to ensure that rules, guidelines, materials, products, processes and services are fit for their purpose. Means standards are the documented agreement which give the assurance about the services and the processes are going under the guidelines. And we can also take the example, what are the standards. For example, in smart card, the optical thickness must be 0.76 mm, paper size, symbol of automobile controls, ISO international codes for country names. We can take the one example that in India their communication code is +91 and for Pakistan it is +92. So these are the codes. These code standards. These are also made by ISO. Next, who makes up the ISO? Policy Development Committees, Council, General Assembly, Technical Management Board, Technical Advisory Group, and then Technical Committees. These are the elements, or these are the bodies who take care about ISO. Next, evolution of ISO 9000 or the revision in ISO 9000. It started from 1987, initial release of ISO 9000. After that, in 1994, ISO 9000 was revised with limited modifications. In 1996, ISO Technical Committee TC 176 SC2 begins revision of ISO 9000 standard. After that, in July 1998, first committee draft released. After that, in Feb 1999, second committee draft released. In 1999, November 1999, draft international standard released. After that, in 2000, September 2000, first committee draft released. In December 2000, ISO 9000, ISO 9001, ISO 9004 released, and in 2002 scheduled release of ISO 19001. So this is the various revised stages of ISO 9000. Next, what are the objectives? There are mainly five objectives. First is to achieve and maintain and seek to continuously improve the product quality in relationship to requirements. Second is improve the quality of the operations. Third is provide confidence to internal management, provide confidence to customers, provide confidence that quality system requirements are fulfilled. These are the five objectives of ISO 9000. Next, what are the main principles of ISO 9000? ISO 9000 series works on seven quality management principles. First is quality management principle. First is the customer focus, leadership, engagement of peoples, process approach, improvement, evidence-based decision making, relationship management. And these seven principles are further explained briefly. First principle, customer focus. The organization depend on their customers and therefore they should understand the current and future customer needs, should meet customer requirements and strive to exceed customer expectation. Principle 2, leadership. Leaders establish unity of the purpose and direction of the organization. They should create and maintain the internal environment in which people can take effective decisions. Engagement, third principle is engagement of people. Peoples at all the levels are a sense of an organization and their full involvement enables their abilities to use for the organization's benefit. Principle number 4, process approach. A desired result is achieved more efficiently when activities and related resources are managed as a process. Principle number 5, improvement. Improvement of the organization's overall performance should be a permanent objective of the organization. Principle number 6, evidence-based decision making. Effective decisions are based on the analysis of data and information. Principle number 7, relationship management. An organization and its external providers. External providers means the suppliers, the vendors, the contractors, service providers are interdependent and a mutual beneficial relationship enhances the ability of both to create the value. So these were the principles of ISO 9000. Next, we will further classify ISO 9000 family. ISO 9000 is a quality management and quality assurance standards, guidelines for selection and use. And ISO 9001 is quality systems model for quality assurance, design, development, production, installation and services. ISO 9002 quality system model for quality assurance in production and installation, and ISO 9003 quality system model for quality assurance in final inspection and test. Next, ISO 9004, it's the quality management and quality system elements guidelines. Next, ISO 9001 2008. It is the set out the requirements of quality management system. ISO 9000 2005 covers the basic concept and language. ISO 9004 and 2009 focus on how to make a quality management system more efficient and effective. ISO 19011 2011 sets out guidance on internal and external audits of quality management system. So these were the further classification of ISO 9000 family. Now the latest version of ISO 9001 standard is ISO 9000 2015. Till now, till the today this 7th April of 2020, this is the current version of ISO 9001, that is ISO 9001 2015. The standard is used by organizations to demonstrate their ability to consistently provide products and services that meet customer and regulatory requirements and to demonstrate continuous improvement. Now, ISO 9001 is defined as the international standard that specifies requirement for a quality management system. We already covered this. Organizations use the standard to demonstrate the ability to consistently provide the products and services that meet the customer regulatory requirement. There are the Now we will discuss how a company can register itself for ISO certification. What are the steps to get the ISO certification or to get registered with ISO? The first step is set the registration objectives. Second step is select the appropriate standard. Third step, develop and implement the quality system. Fourth step, select a third party registrar and apply. Fifth is perform self-analysis audit. Submit quality. Sixth is submit quality manual for the approval. Seventh step is pre-assessment by the registrar. After that, eighth, take corrective actions. Ninth, final assessment by the registrar, and last is registration given by the registrar. So all these are the 10 steps to get registration or to get the certification from ISO. Now we will discuss ISO 14000. ISO 14000 is the main family of ISO 14000, and further its classification or further revision are made. First is ISO 14001. It's a set criteria. It set the criteria for environmental management system. ISO 14010 standards about auditing. ISO 14020 standards about the environmental labeling. ISO 14030 standards on environmental performance evaluation. ISO 14040 standards on environmental life cycle assessment. Means ISO 14000 deals with environmental management system. Next is ISO 14001 2004 sets out the criteria for an environmental management system and can be certified too. It does not state the requirement for environmental performance but maps out a framework that a company or organization can follow to set up an effective management system EMS. Means it provides a framework to any company or organization who can follow to set up an effective environmental management system. Next is ISO 14000 2004. The benefits of using ISO 14001 2004 can include it reduce the cost of waste management. It helps in saving in consumption of energy and materials. It lowers the distribution cost. It improves the corporate image among regulators, customers, and the public. Next, we will will discuss differences between the ISO 9000 and 14000. Now first, ISO 9000 is an international standard for the development of quality management system that any organization can adopt. But on the other hand, ISO 14000 is an international standard for the environmental management system that can any organization can also adopt potentially. Next, ISO 9000 purpose to enable companies to demonstrate that they are in a position to provide products or services that meet customer expectations and are focused on total customer satisfaction. But ISO 14000 serves as a tool for defining and implementing activities that meet environmental business concerns. What are the benefits of ISO standards? It enhances product quality and reliability at a reasonable price. It improves health, safety, and environmental protection and reduction of waste, greater compatibility and interoperability of goods and services, simplification for improved usability, reduction in the number of models and thus reduction in cost, increased distribution efficiency and ease of maintenance. So these are the benefits. Now, summary of the all this lecture is that ISO international standard provide practical tool for tackling many of today's global challenges, from managing global water resources to improve the safety of the food we eat.